Unmute everything. There we go. Everything is
It's been
unmuted.
2 weeks or 3 weeks? I don't remember.
Been 3.
Where is? Why is there no music?
I died.
Okay.
Lane likes to take me into these hard ass dungeons.
Where is? Oh, there it is. All right. How's everything look
I
here?
forgot all the tabs I need open. It's...
Okay, everything looks good. It has been quite some time. It has been quite some time. Okay. All right. Yes, we are live. We've been live for about a minute now as I've been dicking around with everything. Welcome, everybody, to another thrilling episode of the Wellspring campaign. My name is DJ. I am your game master, and I got a taste for blood and murder on our last session. And with me are my players. Say hello, victims. I mean, players.
Hello, victims.
Thanks.
I mean, players. I mean,
I'm not
what?
comfortable with this.
That's ominous.
I'm going to do a recap. It is not going to be a very lengthy recap, but it will be what you need to know from the last session. And then if you have any questions, go over your notes, ask me afterwards. Cool?
Oh, hey, as far as Tailspire, do I need to mod it?
What do you mean?
Am I just doing the mods? I gotta go through Modman, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
always start modded.
Will you stream your stuff? Am I
Oh,
missing
yes.
it?
I have.
I was like, I'm watching it on Twitch, but...
It's delayed.
It is delayed, yes. Yes. Here you go. There you go.
Thank you.
Exquisite.
Okay, cameras are good. Alright.
I'm gonna get.
Okay. On our last session, our group of wayward adventurers found themselves pitted against... One second, let me move my mic. There we go. Pitted against a ferocious greatsword wielder and the changeling master of scouts ranger herself, Lox. During the recent fight, an explosion rocked Remorse, and the glow of fire could be seen in the night sky. Members fell and rose throughout this gruesome battle, never giving up, until one fell for good. Stabbins Urbach, our tiefling rogue, dead. After the battle was finally over, though, Perry found a secret passage that went down into a hellish forge, where he found Arncald and a restrained Eric. You all learned from Eric that Arncald's mind had been messed with by Mirden as he and Wit escaped through a gate. Eric said that he had forged another arcane dagger for them, but this one failed and crumbled like the one that Anaria had found previously. Gage Runewald, who had been with you and helping you throughout this fight, responded at this with, "Of course it did. You did not have a Wellspring offering to forge a dagger with." Morvarin had questions, mainly what the fuck, for Gage about how and where he got the Wellspring offering from, but got no answer. Morvarin gave each of you a pin that indicates you are a keeper, at least in name. He then guided you to a passage carved into the mountain that Remorse is built on, where you took a roller coaster ride, and that's a where you took a roller coaster ride and found yourselves in Cutstone Port, where you took time to find a chapel and properly wrapped Stabbin's body. In this chapter, you also found a statue. Inspiration is lost.
Damn it. Well, it was nice while it lasted.
In the chapel, you found a statue that Sofino recognizes.
Oh, yeah.
But don't really have a lot of information as to who the statue represents deity-wise.
I forgot. Did I steal it? Did I take it?
Anaria took it for you.
Okay, that's what I...
After reaching the docks and meeting Yarrow, they introduced you to Captain Waters, who you were able to persuade to take you back to Aurora. Yarrow introduced you to the trio, Solo, Duel, and Hank, and showed you around the Siren's Rage before guiding you down below decks and then taking their leave. You all took a breath, and even though the sun has risen, you picked out your hammocks and settled in for much needed rest. Does anyone have any questions or need a recap for anything else?
That I can remember.
Yeah, that's basically gonna have to figure it out as it goes.
Okay. We are going to start with Perry.
Did we leave port yet, or we just got on the
Not yet.
ship? Okay.
You guys are just settling in. You're picking your hammocks. I believe you already picked yours.
Did we do a long rest yet?
Not yet.
Damn it.
Perry, before you drift off into a trance, the smell of spring rain fills your nostrils and you hear your mother in your head. Spoke with Kazazel. So happy you have familiar. You're growing so fast. Sending special gift and celebration. The changed truth is known. The fox knows.
The fox knows.
That's what you hear in your head. Would you like to respond to your mother's sending?
Let's see. Normally I would. I don't know. She says she's gonna send something, but I don't know if she knows where I'm at. So that's gonna be fun to try to find.
Well, you are returning to Aurora.
Oh, okay. So that's yeah. I guess that's where we're heading back. Okay. Actually, Perry's kind of in like a weird place right now. I don't think he's going to respond.
Okay.
He's just gonna sit on that information for a little bit, and then try to debate what the hell does the fox knows. Like, would that be like some sort of code that I would know, or?
You don't. I'm not even going to make you roll for it. There's really no roll for it. It's just something your mother said. Now, your mother is the head of the Lumineers. And prophecy is what they bank on, so.
Okay. I'm just going to hold on to that then. I'm just going to write that down in my little prophecy places.
Perry gets this sending from his mother, choosing not to respond. Warren chooses a hammock, and I believe Anaria decided to take advantage of the washroom facilities, finding that this boat does indeed have a facsimile of a shower.
I wasn't. I covered in blood.
And has turned into a McDonald's drive-thru box.
Damn, we have drive-thrus in this world? Bug.
No.
Can we pull the boat up? I'll take a McDouble.
And then...
Okay, so we're going to continue on while he figures that out. I'm going to say...
lost.
I'm going to say Anaria has cleaned. Sophina, I believe you were waiting. I'm going to say that you have done the same. Anybody who wanted to wash up has done so, and is starting to settle in and drift off. While you're drifting off to the sounds of light waves beating against the hulls of the Siren Rage. The occasional heavy footprints above echoing down as one or more of the trios rush around, up overhead to get the boat ready and prepared for sail. Sophina, you pick out a hammock and exhaustion creeping up on you. You enter your sleep/trance. As you've done so all your life, you begin slipping away and into that comfortable and calming nothingness. But you continue to slip and slip and slip.
I was gonna say, is there any chance I could try to contact my brother before I go to sleep?
A flash of light beyond your vision. You turn and see the face of your brother. Very, very close to you, though. So, like, in personal space.
Okay.
And it's sudden. Do you try to back away, or
I'll
do you
probably jump a
stay?
little bit, but I wouldn't back away or anything.
Give me a strength roll. Because
Roll.
as you try to instinctively pounce away, he grabs your arms.
Oh, okay. All right, 1 second. That is the wrong dice. That is also the wrong dice. Hello? That's a nat 20.
Well, for a total of what?
23.
Okay. You turn, you see the face of your brother extremely close to you. You instinctively back away, and as you're backing away, he goes to grab your arms and only manages to grab like clothing instead of the arms themselves. And you wrestle yourself back a few feet. But your brother drops his arms and looks at you. His features significantly elven. Sharp but delicate and familiar. His orange eyes study you, brows furrowed before they soften. It is you. A look of pure joy flashes across his face.
You said this last time. I don't know what this means.
What? Are you asking me or you? Or...
No, that's Sophina.
Oh.
I just...
His brow furrows at the question. And he cocks his head. You've been missing. How is this you?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
He steps forward and goes to place his hand on the top of your head. Do you let
Do
him?
I feel it?
Yes.
Yeah, I do. Do I feel it?
Okay. Yes, you do. It's a heavy hand. As he goes to place it, you see that his hand is... there's a heavy gauntlet that is on his hand. And he places it on top of your... and you feel the weight. The metal clinks a little bit.
Oh, I can feel it. Interesting. Okay.
And then suddenly there's a spike of pain behind your eyes. And you're a child in your bedroom. And then another spike. And you're outside in the rain in your mother's arms. Screams everywhere. Fire. Chaos. Another spike. A man taps your arm. You look up and you see Wit. But not Wit. Wit adjacent. Everything stops and you're staring at this face. And you're forced to stare at this face. The pain almost unbearable behind your eyes. This man looks like Wit, but there's no scar. There's something else. His eyes aren't right, but his, like, give me investigation or perception.
Okay.
Are you proficient with one or the other?
Perception I am, yeah.
Give me a perception check then.
11.
The only thing you can ascertain is this is not wit.
Okay. And this is just like
But
shit I'm seeing, right?
yes.
Okay.
And you've seen this before. This is the memory that you've seen once before.
Yeah,
with
but
someone
not
else's
the
help.
eyes and
Exactly. As you stare at this face, the pain, your eyes want to close to get away from it, but they refuse to close, and you feel your brother is the reason, and you hear the name Klaustus come from your brother.
Klaustus.
And you feel that he wants to go deeper, further than this memory you've seen before.
I'm intrigued. I will let it happen.
You let it happen. Another hammer spike of pain as you watch images from long forgotten moments brought to light.
I don't care, we fight through it.
The back of a dark carriage, a cave in a forest somewhere, rain falling and sleets making a waterfall in front of the entrance. A statue of a woman with wings, a staff, and an orb. Wings. The pain is too much. Wings of light purple hues. It feels like your head is going to explode. Robes of teal. It's just too much pain. An outstretched hand offering something, and you awaken. You awaken to the sound of waves crashing against the hull of a siren's rage. Perry snores softly in his hammock. Warren rolls over and falls out of his hammock, only to sleepingly get back into it. Anaria sits vigilant, but her head lolls on her chest, succumb to the exhaustion and slumber. And there's a cold, wet sensation that trickles down the side of your mouth, and you reach up and you come away with blood from your nose. The pain in your head all too real, and while it is subsiding, you swear you can still feel your brother's hand on the top of your head.
Okay.
There's movement next to you, and you turn to see Eric offering a clean rag to you.
Which one's Eric again? Who's that
Anaria's
again?
father.
Oh, okay. Wait. Go ahead.
You were sleeping restlessly. I wanted to check on you. Are you okay?
I think physically, yes. I mean, my head doesn't feel so good, but I've had worse. And I'm gonna take the little wet handkerchief towel, whatever it was, wipe my brow, dab my face.
He nods, and he goes to lean against the pole that your hammock is secured on, but then slides down and kind of sits on his butt, and then he looks over to Anaria, and then looks back at you, and I am happy that she has found companions. That's not his voice. I am happy that she has found companions such as all of you.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. I don't know what to say.
Pretty cool. Yes.
She's got a good heart, from what I've seen.
She gets that from her mother. Rest more. I will, I do not believe we have set sail quite yet, but I think they are preparing to.
It hasn't been that long yet. Oh.
You actually, I won't make you ascertain. It has only been 2 hours.
I was hoping I could sleep through the start, but it seems that's not an option.
So I'm not going to force this on you. You can make this decision or not.
Okay.
You can try. You can say that Sophina tries to go back to sleep and rest. Or with everything that has happened, you can forego rest and you can take a point of exhaustion.
No, I'll go back to bed.
You
I don't want to deal with that.
settle up. You settle up in the hammock, and it's not restless. It is a bit fitful.
Light.
It takes you quite some time. While the pain in the head has subsided quite a bit, it's just a dull, constant ache now, and it takes you some time to get used to that ache before
I didn't even get to ask him what I wanted to ask.
And you fall asleep.
Yay.
Everybody mark off a long rest.
Okay.
Yay! I needed it.
I don't think I have any spell slots or stats or anything to reset. Except for a favored foe, I guess.
I use so many spells.
You do tend to be our resident spelly boy.
I'm just popping heals like crazy. I'm like, I kinda need those heals back.
Okay. All of you awaken.
I can change spells, correct?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
During a
I'll do
long
that real
rest,
quick.
you can change your prepared spells.
Okay, thank you.
All of you awaken from your long rest to the rhythmic thumping of waves against the hull. Occasionally, the sound of running footsteps on the planks above. You can hear Yarrow occasionally shouting quick commands, but they're kind of mumbled because you're below deck and they're above deck. But the day is yours. However long the day is still, you're not quite sure how long you've been asleep, what time of the day it is, but you can definitely tell it's still daylight out, and the ship is in motion.
I think I'm gonna go explore the ship a little bit. I've never been on a boat this big, have I? I'm usually on land a lot.
I don't think you've been on anything larger than like a rowboat dinghy.
Like a dinghy, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can imagine.
I would imagine. I mean, I'm a wood elf, so this isn't really my jam. So I am definitely gonna go up to the deck to get some fresh air because I might feel a little queasy.
I'll come with you actually because,
I can't believe I'm about to say this.
Feeling the residue from.
I don't think this cheese is sitting well.
Uh-oh.
How much of it did you stuff down your face?
Just the normal amount.
You might want to hold back on boats. You sound like you might be a motion sickness kind of person.
I think I'm.
Start backing up a little bit.
So Perry's gonna rush upstairs. What's everyone else doing?
I am going to report to the captain and see where he would like me to be of use.
She.
Yes, my bad. She.
Wow, imagine.
Okay, so
it's been 3 weeks. I don't want to hear it.
Yes,
easy
Captain Waters is a she.
Stereotypical. It's gotta be a guy, right?
Okay, Sophina, Warren, what are you two going to do?
I would like fresh air.
Okay. Warren?
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up.
All right, so
I'm
all
gonna
of you
walk up
decide
as
that you're
well.
going to go up. Awesome.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We will bring all of you upstairs very carefully and
Clumsily.
trickily. There we go. Okay. And you're all kind of glad. There we go. Okay.
Where did Stabbins go?
Sammons is dead.
He's
I know, I
dead.
know. Where did actual Stabbins go?
Oh, you guys. Oh,
The body of
you
Stabbins.
mean the person Stabbins?
Yes, the person.
He's in heaven.
He's doing some work and
Oh, is
stuff.
he on the? Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, he's doing some work and stuff.
He's dead.
Dead.
As you
Thanks,
guys reach the outside of the boat, the deck. I knew that. Now, as you guys reach the deck, you see that Captain Waters is at the helm. Yarrow is managing the crew, but they look down at you, nod, acknowledging that you are awake now. You hear, oh my God, it's been 3 weeks. I got to remember how I did Yarrow. They're kind of flippant and.
Well, I don't remember, so you could just make a new one if you wanted.
Yes. Hi. Good morning. Did you all sleep well?
You could say that.
Good morning.
We definitely slept.
I just give a thumbs up.
Perry
On the
is
side of
Perry's on the side of the boat. Ooh, he doesn't he doesn't look good. Are you he'll be fine. He's fine. Yes, okay. Hank, tie that off. And you see Hank, yes, and starts tying off and everything. So, yeah, this is the Siren's Rage. We've as you can see, we're out in the middle of the ocean. You guys, Anaria, Selfina, Warren, are you looking at Yarrow?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you guys to give me what's y'all's passive perception?
Not great.
14.
12.
17.
You're over on the side of the ship. You're not seeing this.
11.
Okay, makes sense.
11. Anybody over a 14?
I am 14.
You are 14. Okay. You actually realize that there is someone behind Yarrow. And they're creeping, trying to be as stealthy as possible. And it looks like they're about to lunge at them.
Watch out!
You yell, "Watch out!" And Yarrow, huh? And turns and then quickly sidesteps as some unknown female lunges at her back, arms and hands outspread, going, "Ha ha ha!" Oh.
Oh, hands.
And she falls down, tumbling down the stairs. Oh, and ends up prone at y'all's feet.
I'm just gonna kind of look down and be like,
And
what's the point in that?
And she takes.
What?
Fuck! She actually took 6 points of bludgeoning damage. God damn!
Oh.
All right.
Let's say, I mean, when you roll your you rolled your ankle, she probably hit her head.
she
I mean, she looks like she fell down right, and can I attempt to catch her? Like,
you can if you want. Give me.
now when you said lunge, like I thought lunging with like a knife, not her fucking hands.
No. She was lunging with both her hands out, trying to like wrap around
Yeah.
Yarrow. I guess give me. What would this be? Strength check or dexterity check? No, it would have to be athletics to catch her.
Athletics?
To catch, yeah.
Give me an
My
athletics check.
proficiency athletics. Yeah. 15 plus 3. What? 5, 6, 17. 18. Wait, do I know how to math?
I was about to
I
say
don't know.
18.
18?
Yeah,
So
something doesn't sound right.
she tumbles and hits a few times down the stairs, and then you end up catching her, and she's actually kind of light. She's not very tall, but she's heavy enough that when you do catch her, you stumble back and drop to a knee real quick.
I got her bridal style down on my
I'd
knee
say,
now. You know.
I'll say you cut what she took in half. There we go.
Okay.
But now you have a woman in your arms, and as now that she's closer and you get a better look at her, you see red hair. Her eyes are, I believe they're blue. I can't remember. Anyways,
Naria, is this your cousin?
Her tan is her skin's tanned. She's got kind of like almost like a permanent cocky smile on her. Like her lip always seems to like it just seems to be permanently smirked. Even though she's in your arms and she's like ow 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 ow, and then she opens her eyes and looks up at you and goes, "Well, hey there, aren't you a catch? Oh, you caught me. Thank you."
I was literally about to say, "Hey there."
No cousin of mine would be this clumsy.
Where did you come from? And when you say that, she looks over at you and Aria and goes, "Ooh, there's two of them. Yarrow, there's two of them!" And Yarrow goes, "Yes, Birdie, there's two of them. No groping the keepers, please. Thank you." And Birdie goes, "But I want to. Well, I was just trying to grope you, but this one caught me. So can I? Hey, can I? Get a little bit,
I'm gonna immediately put you down.
Anaria is giving her.
Put her down.
No. I stand her up.
All
So,
right,
you know.
and you stand her up, and she's like, fine, okay.
Anaria is giving her such a dirty
You seem
look.
sweet, but
You guys.
I've got bigger things to worry about.
So she looks at you guys. She goes, "So hi, my name is Birdie. I am the cook for the Siren's Rage, and you guys haven't eaten."
The cook, you say?
Yes, I'm the cook. Can't you see I have a cleaver? And she pulls out a cleaver and she kind of like swishes the air a little bit. See, meat cleaver. Cuts anything that I want.
I'm gonna lean back as she does that.
Cuts carrots, cuts turnips, cuts steaks, cuts meats, cuts faux meat, cuts fish, cuts anything that I want it to cut. Yes.
Is the cleaver like actually taken care of?
Yes. Well, you know what?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. Because it's out in the air, it's out in the open, and you can clearly see it. It is cleaned. It is sharp. It is thoroughly taken care of.
Ooh.
Okay. Noted.
She reaches like and pulls out a bottle from like around her waist and pops the cork and chugs it a little bit, and it looks like a green. When she pops it, you guys hear a kind of like a fizzy sound, and it's a green bottle and everything. She gulps it and goes, "You guys haven't eaten. Do you guys want some food? I'll make you two something really special, for a favor, of course. Yes." And Yarrow from up above goes, No favors. Yes, feed them, but no favors. Leave the keepers alone."
What kind of food are we talking here?
Oh, what kind of food you want? As long as it's fish.
Oh,
As long as it's what?
Fish.
You got
Sorry,
any
the
salmon?
goblin only eats meat pies.
I can make
so far.
I mean, I can make a meat pie. That's not a problem at all. It'll be fish meat pie, or it could be carrot meat pie. I don't know how that would work, but I could figure it out.
Fish meat pie sounds great.
Meat would be wonderful.
Food.
Fish
Yes.
meat pie sounds great.
Okay.
You know,
one meat pie?
I am really curious actually to see how you would make a carrot meat pie work.
I am kind of curious as well. Do you want to come down and we can like work on it together? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah? No.
I can help.
Oh. Okay. Yes. God.
How's about-
Immediately just no.
Oh,
No.
How's
God,
Well, if you don't need help,
about
just
you
let me know.
figure it
Yeah.
out on your own?
Look, the
And
goblin
you show
wants to
me
help.
the finished
Hi,
product.
Goblin. My name's Birdie. What's yours?
hi, nice to meet you. I'm Warren.
Warren. Fantastic. Warren, you want to help me cook a meat pie?
Heck yeah, let's go.
There's a fish meat pie, or I said a carrot meat pie. I'm not really sure how that would work, but we could probably figure it out. You look like
We'll give it a shot.
You know your meat pies.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, and so you're going.
You two have fun with that.
She begins heading down below decks again. You're going to follow her.
Yep.
Okay. So
I yell after
Warren
them
and-
going down. If you figure out the carrot meat pie, you'll get an extra point.
All right, gotcha. And I give you a thumbs up back.
A point out of what? What's the point? What's the point system? What's the point system, Warren? What's the point system? Is it like the more points that I earn, then I can get closer to her, or is it?
Oh no!
I start whispering to you, and I'm like, I don't know, but if it's a point system and it's theirs, probably better to be ahead than behind.
Okay, not a problem. And you hear from below decks. You hear from below decks. I'm gonna make a point.
I hate this.
Yarrow is shaking her head or their head, and they look over at the captain, and the captain is smirking and says, what was the captain? I told you not to spend the night with her, Yarrow. Yes, Captain. Yes, but I asked you not to hire a hot cook. So, I mean, what we gonna do? You hired her. Solo, clean the cannon. I need the cannon clean. You hired her.
I whispered.
Captain.
I whispered to Sylphina, I'm learning so much today.
There's a lot going on I did not expect.
Yeah,
And the day's barely started.
this is a lot.
All right. So, Perry, let's go with a Constitution saving throw to see how much you're actually throwing up and whether or not you can stave it off.
Okay,
How
let's
much
go.
of it is cheese?
Oh my god. Is that a con saving throw, which is a +0, so 14.
14? You upchuck quite a bit, but you
That's
do
challenge.
manage to.
Is it chunky or queso?
It's.
Oh my
Bruh,
god.
I don't want to know this.
It,
You're gonna make me throw out.
we'll go with whatever you say it is, and go from. But after a couple of, occasionally you might kind of dry heave a bit, but you manage to keep everything else like. Okay, I'm good.
I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm getting
Was
there.
it canon?
Gonna ship
Perry gets
rocks
motion
again.
sickness now.
It's
So-
seasickness.
Seasickness. Okay.
Solo actually approaches you, and he offers you. It looks like the root of something. Looks like a root, honestly.
Yeah. Can I do a check to see if I know what it is, since I'm a druid?
Give me a nature or a medicine check.
Ooh, medicine check, baby. Oh gosh, 25.
It's a ginger root.
Oh. Oh.
And Solo offers it. Oh God, what was Solo's voice? I had this plan. Solo used to get sick too. Solo, chew this. Solo, fine now.
Solo smart. This does help. Ooh, thank you. And I just immediately start chewing it.
Solo thanks you. Solo wishes you better. Bye. And
Thank
he
you.
and he goes
Bye.
back to doing what he needs to do.
Solo smarter than people give credit.
So yeah, and the moment you start chewing it, you instantly feel relief.
Ah, yes. I knew it wasn't the cheese. It couldn't have been the cheese.
All right, and
I
then
see.
so at this point, Yarrow looks down at the three of you and says, "Right, we need to put you to work. Well, I guess you need to eat first. So we'll do some light tasks. That way you don't get too lightheaded. Have any of you been on a ship before?
I mean, I'm assuming that's how I got to. I suddenly forgot city names.
Aurora?
Yeah.
No, you took a carriage.
Yeah.
All of you took carriage.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
No, not on a ship before. No.
No,
Say I have.
no. And she looks at you, Perry. Definitely not. Cool. Cool. Okay, so this is the deck. Welcome to the deck. Up ahead is the deck. And then up here is the upper deck. And the captain is just kind of
Notice?
shaking her head. No, Yarrow, no. There's a
no.
deck. There's a poop deck. Yes, poop deck, but I don't like the word poop, so I don't use that. It is deck, more deck, upper deck.
What about the shit deck?
Okay, Yarrow, that's okay.
What about an upper decker?
Upper deck. I like upper decker. That's just up deck. Or I'll think
Could you
on
ma-
that one.
Could you imagine if the ship was a double decker?
A double deck? No, too much weight. Too much weight. No, you definitely haven't been on a ship before. This is already a large ship. Why would you double deck? It technically is a double deck too. Yes, it's a double decker already because we have this deck and she stomps on this deck and then that deck, and then the room below, and then the room below that, and I don't know.
Anyways, you
what
had
we're getting at. We need.
some
Have
jobs?
any of you tied a knot before?
Yes.
Why?
Not work. You know, you take 2 pieces of rope, tie it around, make a knot.
Of course.
Awesome. Okay, and she starts slinging out like nautical knot terms, and I don't know them all because
What are
I'm
those,
not a
DJ?
sailor.
Tell
No idea.
us.
Don't know. I
Didn't
know
do any
one-
research. Why don't
No.
you look up nautical?
We got the
knot terms?
slip
I
knot
know-
over here.
I know
We got
Slipknot.
the.
That's the only one that I know. I know Slipknot. All right.
I know the band
Um,
Slipknot.
So okay, this is not what we're talking about. Anyways,
You know you have this Google machine.
yeah, I do, but I don't feel like it. So she just kind of looks about and she goes, well, the cannons need to be cleaned and polished to make sure, just in case we may not need them, but if we do, we want to make sure they work. Solo, dual, or Hank can show you how to make your own, make the ties properly. We need some supplies to be moved from below deck to on top of deck or in the captain's quarters, that sort of thing. So those are tasks. You decide whichever ones you want to do. And with that, you guys decide what you want to do on the ship to make yourselves useful, and we'll roll an equivalent stat, and we'll see how useful you actually were. We will start with Warren, who is with Birdie helping her cook.
Yeah.
Warren.
The worst person to help cook.
No, that's not true. I got prestidigitation, create bonfire,
No.
control flames, mage hand.
How
I'm
do
fine.
you-
Okay,
how
name
do
one
you
other
wanna
thing
help
that you have eaten.
Aside from a meat pie.
I'm gonna try to do as much as
And
I
he's
can
the
in terms of
perfect
like.
person for the job.
I'm gonna try to multitask in that. I want to be like controlling flames of like burners and things, and like
Okay.
you know,
So you're
like
gonna
I want to have
you're gonna
flame
use-
under
Oh
pans.
my
and,
god,
like,
he's gonna burn the ship down if he rolls a 1.
So you're gonna use magic to
God.
produce flame, even though there is a working stove already. It's just more of a very controlled fire, so it doesn't burn the ship down. But you want to
Correct.
produce your own flames. Is that correct?
Well, I'm saying I'm gonna control those ones, the ones that's on the stove.
He's talking about the burners.
So
He's
you're gonna-
talking
I'm
about
controlling
being
the-
a whiz with the burners.
you're gonna like instead of turning the fire on and having Birdie just work with what she has, you're actually going to control the flame so that it's hotter when she needs it and then less when she
Cool it
needs
down,
it.
yeah. Try to
Okay.
control it, and then I'm gonna use mage hand to try to grab ingredients quick and try to get this going as fast as possible.
So I am going to say that I need an Arcana check.
Someone walks
Yeah.
down there and there's
Yeah.
just
Okay.
ingredients like floating across the kitchen. Like, what the? Is this Beauty and the Bees?
So you said Arcana.
Yep.
That would be an 18.
The fucking Disney movie down here.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got birds chirping in there and shit.
What
You're
in
like,
the
"Where
Disney movie?
Oh.
I'm trying to be
What, the Disney
impressive with how
princess?
well I can cook.
You do an exceptional job helping Birdie with producing and cooking and preparing meat pies. They are fish meat pies. For the moment, you guys weren't able to figure out how to make a meat pie out of just carrots, and then you decided, well, I mean, it's a meat pie, so shouldn't we just put meat in it? And Birdie said, that actually makes a lot of sense. Let's go ahead and do that. So, and if anybody looks, yes, it looks like almost like a Cinderella movie, except without the rats carrying shit. It's just all these ingredients just in a line floating towards Birdie. And she's got this cleaver, and she's just like in the middle of the air. She's like, this is exciting. And just starts slicing shit while it's still in the air, and everything just falls into these little pans, and everything gets prepped. And then you help her make really good meat pies. Enough
Can
to
we
feed
attempt
the
the
entire
carrot meat
crew.
pie?
No, you failed at that. I set a DC for the carrot meat pie. You didn't make it. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Unfortunate.
Next time.
But
have
you
more
succeeded
practice.
in making good meat pies enough for the entire crew.
Awesome. Okay.
Perry,
fuck up carrots.
Anaria, and Selfina. What do you want to do? Let's go with Perry. What do you want to do, task-wise, to help the crew on the Siren's Rage?
What? Okay, so what's his name? Just helped me out a little bit. So what is he doing?
Solo is moving items from below deck to above deck. It looks like there are a couple of crates that need to be moved. The crates look like they're just full of supplies that you want, like buckets, mops, stuff like that, and then barrels full of gunpowder, a couple of cannonballs, stuff like that. It's strenuous and hard work.
Oh, okay, cool. So I'm going to, I'll help him move some stuff.
Okay. How do you help them move them?
Oh, I'm gonna wild shape into a bear.
Okay.
Can you even fit down the stairs?
Give me,
Sure.
let's say, acrobatics doesn't make a sense. I guess we'll just cover this under athletics. So give me athletics checks to lift, carry, place properly, that kind of thing. All of these items to help them out.
Okay, give me a second. I
I'm
have
gonna
to
get
look
water,
up.
so if you get the chance, do Anaria first.
I didn't know Circle of the Star Druid could actually wild shape into animal forms.
I still have wild shape.
I thought the star form took that, like, replaced that.
So that does so. If I do starry shape, that uses one of my wild shape actions.
Okay.
So I
Okay,
get
okay.
2 per short rest.
Cool.
So I could still transform into a beast. And I figured, as somebody who lived in the woods, I've seen bears before.
Yes. What kind of bear do you transform into?
Just a brown bear.
Okay.
And then since I'm doing that, I get to use. You said athletics,
Yes, and that would be
strength, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and I'm using bear stats, so I get a
Yes.
+4 to that.
now druids are. I'm unfamiliar with druids still, but I do know there is a way for you to use your own stats, or you can choose to use the animal stats. It's something like that, but I don't remember if that's just a higher level or a different form of druid. So.
Yeah, I mean, on mine it says assume twice per short rest, blah blah blah. You can stay in beast shape for 2 hours, or bonus action, fall unconscious, up to 0. Okay, blah blah blah. Yeah, it doesn't really say nothing about that, but either way,
Okay.
I rolled a 17.
17. You help him. You help him, and you help him very well. He actually you managed to. You help him in a way that he managed it. You get them moving like a crate, or you get them moving a barrel, and you place it, and then you look like ready for the next one, and he's just kind of looking around, and Solo done. Oh, Solo done.
When he moves a barrel, I do like the little circus animal bear thing, and I'd like do that little log roll, and I jump on top of it, and I roll it with my hind legs.
Yeah. Okay. I'll include that in the roll. Yes, you can get away with that.
In Russia, barrel roll
Yeah.
you.
Okay, we're done with you. Perry, you successfully helped the crew of the Siren's Rage. We'll move on to Anaria. What do you want to do?
I think she would like to help with, like, tying off riggings, working the sails, climb around a bunch, whatever she can learn to do.
Okay. Well, Hank was tying things. So
Okay.
you would go to Hank unless you want to figure out and do it alone and watch him, like how he ties a knot and then try to mimic it.
She'll go and talk to him and ask to learn how to do it from him.
And then you'll just help Hank, I'm guessing, with all that tying and
Correct.
everything. Cool.
Yeah, basically whatever he has her do, she'll do to the best she can.
This will be sleight of hand.
I would have to ask, shouldn't these rolls be with advantage because technically aren't the people we're helping giving us the help action?
No, these are flat rolls. with your abilities
Nice
to
try,
see
though.
whether or not you
Doesn't
succeed.
matter.
You got a
Doesn't
net 20,
matter.
It was a nice try.
I already have advantage on sleight of hand,
Oh, nice.
and that is a plus
Uh-oh.
2,
How do
17.
you have advantage on sleight of hand?
Rune Knight ability, I believe,
Oh, okay.
from my where is it? Cloud Rune. While wearing or carrying an object inscribed with this rune, you have advantage on sleight of hand checks and deception checks.
And your runes don't have a time limit; they're just always on.
Nope, that's a passive on it. As long as
Okay.
I'm wearing or carrying the object.
Okay, cool. And you said you got a 26?
No. 16, I think is what I said. I already moved the dice back, so.
We'll go with 16. That is a success. You learn.
Side note.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Side note. After we're done with the session, we need to go over with Warren about how his spells work, because sorcerer spells and bard spells don't refresh the same way at long rest. But that's note for later.
Oh, right. Okay.
Just do it again.
You learn how to you learn from Hank how to tie the necessary knots.
Yeah.
He tries to teach you a few more complicated ones, and with that roll, they just kind of seem to escape you. Like you almost get them, and then it just kind of fails, and you're like,
today I'm a little too thick-fingered to
Yeah.
quite get it.
But with the necessary knots, the more important ones at least, you do help and manage to help Hank get all the riggings tied down, everything properly knotted. You're good to go. Everything the ship is, so far with all of your help, the ship is functioning beautifully, not like it's on a skeleton crew at all. Sophina, what are you doing?
You can hear me now, right?
Yes.
It's just like continuously disconnecting me, so
Anyways.
apologies. Did someone say something about cannons needing cleaning? Did I hear that correctly earlier?
Yes. Duel is cleaning cannons.
I would like to help with that.
Okay. That would be. Do I do another sleight of hand for this?
I'm used
or...
to scrubbing dirt.
Yeah. Give me a sleight of hand.
A sleight of hand?
Mm-hmm. To work the rag, the polish, all of that.
We really work in the rag, huh? Oh wait, do I? Oh, okay. What does it really do when you have expertise? It just gives you a higher modifier, right?
Yes.
It's double proficiency. It's double proficiency.
Add your
is
proficiency
that what that
bonus
is?
twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 14 plus 7, so
Holy shit.
yeah.
These cannons gleam.
like
Like the sun begins to set as you finish the last one, and you look, and even Duel is, you both are looking at them, and you swear there's like hints of glitter or sparkles that are like bling 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 bling.
The metal has a really nice shade to it.
Yes, you did a fantastic job on them. And as the sun sets, Birdie and Warren emerge from below deck, arms full with meat pies and drinks. Birdie carries quite a few of these green bottles, one of which you saw when you first met her. And everybody goes up to the upper deck and sits at the table and begins enjoying an evening of food and drink as the sun lowers over the horizon. And it has been a busy day full of work, but all of you ended in it seems this crew ends it in almost a celebratory fashion. They're jovial. They joke around with each other. They push. They drink. They banter. Yeah, it's just all fun. Do you guys want to do anything before retiring below decks for the night?
I'd like to. I'd like to ask the captain about what the time frame is about getting. What do you think the time frame is we get back?
You look over at and the captain is not very captain-like, sitting in the chair. Her legs are kind of spread a little bit. Her coat's unbuttoned, and she's got a mug, and she looks over at up to the sky and kind of down back to you, and she goes, if the seas are fair and the weather's fair, then hopefully we'll make it on our third day.
What are the odds of the weather being perfect the whole way?
At that, Yara goes, haha, yeah, we don't say that because jinxes and stuff like that. Let's just say, pray for
Knock
fairness.
on wood. I just the side of the ship.
She like literally just starts knocking on everything. Panic knocking. I'm panicking.
Why didn't that play? Oh. I'm a bit upset spaghetti right now. Hang on.
Upset spaghetti.
Not even upsetting spaghetti. Just upset spaghetti.
Upset spaghetti. I'm upset spaghetti right now. Why didn't that play?
I like that nickname. I might steal it.
There it is. Now it's playing. All right.
Who just did that?
That would be Perry. Perry has.
I didn't even hear it. I have soundboard off. I
Perry
just
has
see this
permissions.
floating thing on my screen and on my peripherals.
Perry has permissions because of
I won't
Dungeon
abuse
Masters. So, anyways, so you
I
knock
just
on
needed
wood.
that because
The
you said
worst
upset.
person to have
You
it.
said upset spaghetti. All right, the sad horn needed to happen.
Yes. Anything else that anybody would like to do before retiring for the evening?
Do you have something specific? Because I have something if you don't.
I was just gonna try to toss my brother again, but that's pretty much it. So,
I
dude
would
up in
like,
the crow's nest.
I'm gonna wait for it to get dark because I want to see the stars at night on a boat
Okay.
Oh.
away from the city lights.
As you guys feast and talk and be jovial, the sun does set, the moon rises, the stars are out, and Yarrow nods to the captain as Captain Waters stands. I bid you adieu. Sleep well. I will see all of you tomorrow. And she retires to her quarters.
Okay.
After her is Solo, Hank, Duel. The trio, one by one, begins to go below deck. Yarrow doesn't appear to be moving. Yarrow's just hanging out, chilling.
Who's up in the crow's nest?
Do you ask that?
I mean, would I know if there's anybody up there right now?
Oh yeah, there's someone up there. They've been up there this entire time.
The whole time. Okay.
Okay. Once it gets dark, I was gonna actually go up there as well.
I'm not going up. I was
gonna go up there. Okay.
I mean, there's a few crow's nests, but there's been one individual. He's been in the frontmost crow's nest the entire time.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go up that one. I just wanted to find some place to lay and look at the stars.
I will say, you guys anybody who paid attention, Warren wouldn't have noticed him. He was below deck, but anybody who worked above deck, you would have noticed him. He's a bald, lanky gentleman with a long rifle.
Oh, spell rifle probably.
But he hasn't said a word or anything.
That's fine.
I'll actually show you guys what he looks like on screen.
He's working hard.
Strong, silent type, I see.
There you go. That's what he's looking like. His head's kind of down, but his eyes are open. So, Who wants to go up into the crow? So
that
Perry,
would be me.
Warren.
you're staring up at the stars.
Yeah, I'm just at the on the back of the ship.
The you see a lot of stars, like more stars than you're used to seeing. There's just no light anywhere to hide any of them. For someone like you, it's kind of it's not just breathtaking, but at the same time, it does get your mind working again, and thinking back towards that comet and stuff, and where it may have come from.
or where it might be now.
Exactly.
So yeah, I got my little journal out, my little constellation book, and taking notes, enjoying it.
Sophina, you said that you wanted to try to speak with your brother again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sit at like the front of the ship. I gotta just like crisscross, sit on
Applesauce?
the wood.
Crisscross applesauce on the front,
Mm-hmm.
waiting for
Just
someone,
sit.
waiting for
Are you
someone to
gonna-
jack you.
Are you gonna see if thieves it and get on the actual?
Yeah.
Yeah, play my
Just
fucking
get on
lute at the very
edge,
end.
yeah.
We'll return to you.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Anaria, I think Anaria and Warren, you guys said you wanted to go up into.
I'm
I
I'm
did.
not going up. I was just curious. I'm gonna go below deck to my hammock and do some stuff.
Okay. Warren,
Yep, I'm going up the crow's nest with the guy in it.
with the guy in it.
Yes.
Okay. You climb the roping. Give me an acrobatics check to climb the ropes in order to get into the crow's nest.
It's called a rigging.
Oh, I rolled a 17. Let me look at what it is. Okay,
All right.
18.
Yep, I was gonna say 17 plus. You got it. So you as you're
I just want to
climbing
make sure
the
it wasn't
rig,
a minus.
you climb the rigging and everything is knotted so well that there's no slack. It's like climbing a rope ladder almost, and you scramble up and into the crow's nest. And as you get up there, the figure up here turns, nods, and then goes back to staring out into the dark.
I just go, oh, hey, how are you? I'm Warren.
He
Extend a hand for a handshake.
he looks down at the hand, grabs your hand, and just holds it for a minute, or holds it for a few seconds. Doesn't move like a handshake or anything, and then lets go. And then hand back on the gun.
Looking out for something in specific?
Uh,
He's a
Are
talker.
we in some sort of danger?
he shakes his head.
Okay. I trust you. And then I just go sit, like, where I can, like, kind of look up at the stars, just kind of, like, leaning on the side. That's all.
Okay. Are you going to sleep up here?
Accidentally, yeah.
Okay. Perry, are you going to sleep on the upper deck?
Eventually I'll retire, but I only need 4 hours, so I mean, I
Okay.
can stay out for a while.
Okay. Sophina,
Yes.
you stare out into the sea, the darkness. You hear the waves, and as they get close to the ship does have lanterns that hang off to the sides, kind of illuminating the waters, but it doesn't illuminate a lot. Even with your dark vision, you can see maybe 15 feet in front of you, and that's about it. Everything is just dark water. Occasionally, you might see the top of like a foamy white cap that crests and then hits the ship. But other than that,
I'm
yeah,
honestly
it's just
Close my.
darkness.
Sorry, go ahead. Okay.
So this is what you're staring at. How do you wish to try to connect to your brother?
I actually would like to close my eyes and really just kind of listen.
Okay.
And then kind of, in my head, I'm gonna reach out. I know, like, I just talked to him yesterday, and my head was pounding, but I need answers. I cannot wait.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of reach out to him a little bit in the back of my head and see if he bites.
You close your eyes, and the sounds of the ship creaking, the water parting before it. Occasionally, you hear the splash of something unknown far off into the darkness. And then everything kind of gets a little, it almost blends together. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay. That is 11.
Everything begins blending together, and you feel your mind open to that familiar connection. You open your mind and you're searching for it. And you hit on it, but it doesn't feel familiar this time. It's familiar enough that this is how I've done it in the past, but something's off, something's wrong, and
Like on my end, or can I tell if it's from his end?
you can't tell. All you know
Can't tell.
is the moment you find it and you go, "Hit, that's him," and you connect. There's this sudden sound of so many people talking, but it's instantaneous and it's all at once, and it sounds like almost like a loud roar, and emotions, anger, frustration, sadness, it's just all bottled up, and it's just a second, but you connect, and the moment you connect, and in that second, you feel yourself thrusted back, and you take 4 points of psychic damage.
What? Okay. Okay.
You can try again if you like, but you feel the familiar trickle of blood running down your nose.
Didn't my nose bleed from something earlier?
Yeah, his connection.
All right, I am gonna take note of that has happened twice now.
Mm-hmm.
And the bond feels different. But I basically, like, are you saying it sounded like basically like a full tavern or something, and I just got like kicked out? Basically,
Didn't even sound like you couldn't tell if
Like,
it was a tavern or a city.
No,
or
I know.
anything. It was just
metaphor. I meant like noise wise. Like that's what you were talking about, right? Like a bunch of people talking at the same time.
Noise wise, it sounded like men, women, children, all in just a 1 second incoherent sound.
Okay. And then what was the feeling that I got?
Many emotions: anger, sadness, frustration, curiosity. It's like just like human emotions, and it was pretty much like all of them.
Okay. Yeah, no, I won't try that again. But I will take note of kind of what happened.
Okay.
And I guess for the meantime, I'll just enjoy the sky for a little longer, and then I'll go to bed.
Okay. You enjoy the sky for a little longer until you are the last one on the deck except for Yarrow. As you retire below deck, you see Yarrow mans the helm, bottle in hand still, and she's a little wobbly, but it could just be the boat, moving and everything. Sorry, they. And as you go below deck, they nod and raise the bottle and take a swig. And everybody retires, and you
I want a
rest.
swig on the way to bed. Hold on. I need one after that.
You want to go up and ask for a swig?
Yeah, dude. If I just like pulled out my hand, like kind of looking at the thing, do I even really need to sing? My face probably says it all. I look like shit.
So instead of retiring, they nod, and you look up and you look down, and then shrug, and then you make your way up to Yarrow, and you approach her, and you just give her this look and kind of like nod towards the bottle, and they hand it on over to you.
And I take a swig of it.
Yeah. You pass it back?
Yeah, we'll just pass it back for a little while, and then I'll go to bed later.
Okay. So that's how you pass the rest of the night. You all rest.
Inari was going to do stuff at her hammock before she went to sleep.
Okay. What are you doing?
She was going to, because I believe does she still have that book that she got from Theo of the runes? That had the rune on the cover?
You gave that back to him.
That gave that back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should have memorized
Okay,
it.
in that case, she's going to study the schematics of the Wellspring Piercer and attempt to commit them to memory. Work towards it.
Okay. Give me. Just give me a flat intelligence roll.
Okay.
And add your modifier.
That is 13.
Yep. Okay. You commit quite a bit to memory. But you keep, like, every time you look away from it and you're like, this. Crap. And you have to go back. And then,
Mhm.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so this. And, I mean, you get some, but you just, for some reason,
Yeah.
it just isn't completely retaining.
Yeah.
But you're on the way now.
Okay. Yeah, kind of getting frustrated that she'll put it away, and then for the last little bit before she goes to bed, she's just gonna lay in her hammock and listen to the sounds of the ocean, the wind in the sails. Just listen to nature,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll fall asleep to that.
Okay.
Kind of center herself a little bit.
All of you get a long rest again, and you wake up for your second day of journey. Your sleep schedules reset. The sun just cresting the horizon. Beautiful day with calm waters, very few clouds in the sky. As you all make your way from below to top deck, whoever's out first will see Yarrow handing the helm off to a freshly awoken Captain Waters, and Yarrow will retire below deck. The trio, already awake, moving across the deck, but in a more relaxed demeanor this time than the previous day. Solo is pushing a mop around. Duel and Hank continue to wipe the cannons down, just kind of looking for something to do. You guys were really good at helping them out, the previous day. And the odd gentleman is still in the crow's nest, appearing never to sleep for somehow. And the body of a sleeping goblin is in the crow's nest with him. and it's there where we will take a break.
Okay.
So
Has it been that long already?
it is. It's only been
Hour and a half?
It's only been about an hour and a half, but still, we're gonna take a break here.
I need water, so I'm not
Get
complaining.
drinks. Yep. Grab some snacks. We will see everybody back here in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Donkey. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, but yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Oh, so you guys have awoken for your second day on this journey of a hopefully 3-day journey.
Stabbins, did you see that?
What's the name of this ship?
The Siren's Rage.
Okay.
I have said it multiple times.
I mean, that doesn't mean that I heard.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything specific anybody wishes to do? Otherwise, I will progress the
Get a
day.
life.
Nope. Oh, Jesus. No, just continue helping out wherever they need me to help out, wherever I
Okay.
can learn.
Okay. Warren, you awake in the crow's nest, undisturbed. The sun is not high. But it's risen. It's fully risen, and everybody seems to already be up and about.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and climb down then.
Okay. The day progresses on. Nothing too spectacular happening. I need one person, only one, to give me a D20 roll.
Me. I've had decent rolls today. I would hope just flat D20.
Just a flat
Yep.
D20.
18.
18.
Nice.
The day progresses without a problem, and I am sad because I had so many things planned out. Oh well.
Hey, we still got another day.
But yes, the day progresses. The sun begins to set. Anybody? No, you guys said that nothing special going on. So, Birdie prepares meals, 3 meals on the day. So you guys ate breakfast. You had lunch, dinner. It all consisted of some type of fish, but it all tasted differently. You would think like when she presented fish for breakfast, you were like, okay, but it tasted like a breakfast.
Has
That's a great
has
idea.
Birdie figured out the carrot meat pie yet?
Can I attempt it again with them?
I was
Can I
gonna
assist?
say, is that going anywhere?
Okay, we can do this, Warren. You can either roll a d20 with me, or you can provide the help action, giving Birdie advantage.
What's the benefit to the first one?
Yeah. What's the first? Like, is
The
it
first-
just it's just a D20? There's no.
It's just going to be a flat d20 check.
Oh, then I'll help. Then yeah.
Okay. 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 Birdie produces a meat pie with carrots.
Like on the side?
And it's just one. She just produces one, and she's really happy about it. She goes, I got it. I figured it out. Who wants to try it?
We figured it out.
Yes, we figured it out.
No, I
Warren,
mean
whatever.
Warren is the expert on meat pies. I feel like
Yes,
he
Warren.
would be the one to test it.
Give it a try. Tell us how
I'll give it a try. Why not?
Great. Tell me how. Give me your honest feedback. I really need the honest feedback. And
Okay, I'm gonna
you
take
sit
like
down and
way
you,
too big of a bite.
you eat this meat pie, and there is absolutely no meat flavor. There's nothing meat about it. You taste nothing but pie crust and carrots,
Okay.
and like some kind of a gravy. But even the gravy somehow tastes like carrots.
Okay, so okay, yeah, it's actually. I mean, it's not a meat pie per se. I wouldn't say it tastes remnants of that, but it does have its own unique little flavor here. I think you did a pretty good job on that.
It doesn't taste. Yoro, where's Yoro? Yoro retired. She
Tell
stops
me.
down back below deck.
Tell me, Sylphina, would you say that a meat pie that doesn't taste like a meat pie is a meat pie?
It's a.
I would have to disagree. I would.
Did Birdie
say-
already leave?
Birdie already stomped like very depressingly back down below deck. Yes.
Okay, I just turn over. I'm just like, it's just a pie. It's just a carrot pie.
I think she is gonna have to work much harder to earn that point.
Yeah, I think from now on,
You didn't
I'm gonna
listen to
let
a lot
you
of the
do
stuff
the
I said.
testing.
I'm definitely fine to test it, but yeah, definitely.
Anaria has a
half the
massive
pointers that I
shit-eating
had.
grin on her face.
The
I'm gonna lie and say that they didn't listen to half the points that I said.
Nope.
the day progresses, the sun sets, and unless anybody wishes to do anything,
We braid each other's hair.
night-
Time passes.
the night.
Yeah.
All right. So a couple of you braid each other's hairs. All right.
I mean, of course.
Aren't I teaching you how to braid your hair?
I mean, I already knew how, but you know,
I don't remember. I don't remember.
It's-
Okay.
it's easier for another person to do it than one to
Oh,
braid themselves.
1000%.
Yeah.
All right. Other than that, then the night finishes, and
Yep.
you all awaken on the third day of travel.
Inari would have studied the stuff again.
Okay.
Same thing as the night before. She has the time. She's going to do it every night.
Give me another intelligence check.
This one is unfortunately like a 9.
A 9. It's still a lot of the complicated parts on the schematic still escape you. Having you remember the correct sequence and everything.
Still a little too distracted.
You all awaken on the third day of travel. I need someone else to give me a D20 roll now.
Okay, I'll do that. That would be a 19.
A 19. Okay. You guys awaken. Breakfast is served from Birdie. Warren, she hands you another. It looks like a meat pie, but she kind of grins at you and she goes, "It's a breakfast pie."
Ooh, okay. Does it taste it like? What does it taste like?
You want to eat? You want to go into it?
Oh, absolutely, massive bite.
It's everything. It's sausages and bacon and eggs, and it's just all in the form of a pie.
I'm eating it. I'm like,
Oh, is it Warren?
What did you say? What did you say this was? Is it a breakfast meat pie?
It's a breakfast pie. No, not meat pie. Just a breakfast pie. I figured, why dirty so many dishes? You know, you have your eggs, and then you have your bacon and sausage and fish and everything else, and there's so many plates. Just contain it all in one little thing.
But there's meat in it.
Yes, but it's a breakfast. Okay. It's a breakfast pie. Don't you understand that? It's a breakfast pie, Warren.
What's
breakfast pie.
She said
but
that.
okay?
That was
But it's got
great.
meat in it.
Why does everybody want meat pie? Why is
I love
meat?
this character.
Why is meat pie? I just want. And she kicks an invisible stone and these keepers are mean and trumbles downstairs.
I didn't say it was
Inari's
bad. It's
laughing
good.
out loud at this.
Yeah, I'm just like I didn't say it was bad. It's good. I just said it's a meat pie whether or not you want it or not. It's
The day progresses, and the sun is almost at its peak when all of a sudden you hear from the crow's nest,
Hodor!
and Captain Waters looks over, and you all see on the horizon the circular walls of Aurora. And
That has got to be the least glamorous announcement ever.
you say
tell me
that,
why-
and I'm going to say you say that near, next to Captain Waters or in earshot of it, and she looks at you and, and she says, yes, he has no tongue.
Oh,
I had my
I didn't notice that the
speculations.
first time.
But the sun is high in the afternoon when all of you manage to return to Aurora after 3 safe 3 days of journey.
Oh, it's good to be
Right.
home.
Back here.
Home is a funny thing these days.
It is something indeed.
Completely forgotten that Eric was with you guys, but he's just been minding his business.
Fucking loser.
Talk to your dad that way, Jesus.
Thank God, dude.
That's what made it funnier.
Oh, fucking terrible.
This fucking loser.
Fucking posers.
Bozo for real.
Anaria is going to collect stabbins before we leave.
Okay,
That's what
so
I mean.
Anaria, you're carrying stabbins?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll be behind you just in case you need help, but you got it, but I'm there just in case.
So, just as Captain Waters said, the Siren's Rage slowly pulls into the Auroran harbor and drops anchor just in time for lunch on the 3rd day of travel. With the sun high in the sky, you disembark from the Siren's Rage. Anybody who is proficient in perception can give me a perception check if they wish.
Okay.
Proficient in perception.
Yes, proficient in perception.
19.
17.
17, 19. Anyone else?
16.
God, so many of you proficient in perception. All right.
I've had some really good dice today.
All of you, as you get feet onto the docks of the Auroran harbor, you glance around and it's midday. There aren't any boats moored here. There aren't any boats anchored. But there should still be a good amount of people here, like fishermen, dock workers. You see no one.
This is strange.
This is creepy.
Yarrow
Something is
Did we miss a
not
holiday?
Yarrow gets out of the dinghy and onto the dock and right, and kind of looks around and extends a hand to each of you. Well, can't say that it was a displeasure. Friendliest keepers I've ever met. I wish all of you luck with your friend. Sorry about
Thank
him
you.
again.
Thank you.
Um,
Did we ever go upon you again?
I mean, if you ever like need a boat or anything, if you happen to find us around, sure. I can't guarantee that it'll be a smooth ride or a free ride. This was kind of, yeah, Captain.
I get
And
it.
she looks up at Captain Waters, and you guys see Captain Waters at the railing of the top of the deck, and she's looking down at all of you with a smile, and then raises a hand to wave by, and then as she does, you guys see a pair of hands wrap around her and grab her chest. And the moment she does, all of you hear, and the hands fall, and Birdie falls limp. And Yarrow goes, Yarrow, "Hey, you all right there, Birdie?" And Captain Waters, you see, looks down and looks back up, finishes her wave, steps over a birdie, and disappears from sight.
Oh.
Yeah, so I told her, I said, "Hey, Captain, she's hot. Don't hire her." But, I mean, what you gonna do? She wants to hire her, and... Anyways, I better go check on her. Bye, guys. It was great.
Before he leaves, Inari is gonna hand him a gold and say, "Sorry, God." Gonna hand them a gold. Say for your captain, for giving us a swift voyage.
Right, for the captain. Yes, got it. And winks, and then kind of bites and goes, "Oh, cool," and pockets it, and hops into the dinghy, and starts... You never know whether that gold ever even found the captain or not.
No,
Oh,
it
As
absolutely did not.
expects it.
No,
She
absolutely
she
no.
expects it. She fully expects it never found the
We
captain.
But you all watch as she rows the dinghy back to the Siren's Rage and climbs back up atop, and then you can hear her almost clear as day. "Right, all right. Riggings retied, cannons repolished. The keepers are gone now. We have to go back again.
Actually,
Yay.
make money.
Let's do it." And she disappears from sight. All of you turn towards the strangely empty docks and proceed into Aurora.
I feel like she hates us.
I honestly can't really tell.
I'm gonna
Well,
move on you.
Anyone else
I'll
find it
go
strange
ride
there's
it
nobody
and
here?
spare the gold. What was
yes, it's very weird. I mean, we're not gonna figure this out by standing here, and I need to figure out what to do with Stabbins.
Did we miss a holiday or something?
Give me a history check.
Oh,
Labor Day?
okay. That's... What is it? +0. That's a 4.
A 4.
Oh, man.
No, you don't remember there ever being like a holiday, ever like time
I say
off,
nothing.
making everything
Being native to here, can I make a check?
Yeah, sure. Give me a history check.
Yeah.
Balls 8.
You look around and you go, well, I mean, it could be the keeper's day. It could be... What day is it even? I've lost track.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually,
what day of the week is it?
I don't know.
As you guys enter Aurora, you do notice there are still people on the walls. The occasional archer looking out at the harbor.
Is there like more guards around than normal or no?
You don't notice anything quite yet.
Okay.
As you guys enter Aurora proper, everything looks calm. You faintly, Warren will definitely pick this up. There's the smell of freshly cooked meat pies from Beau's yard that rides the wind.
Ooh.
Sounds of metal on anvils echo from the Tamlin. And at this, Eric, actually, I will go home to see if Astaria has returned. then I must look into the Tamlin and assess the damage done.
Of course. Send me a message if you need us for anything.
He,
We have to go figure out what to do with Stabbins.
He nods. Of course. Please, I wish you luck, and I hope you find the answer you seek with your friend.
Thank you.
He takes a step towards and then stops. Anaria, when you have a
Yes.
moment, stop by the Tamlin, please.
I have a side quest for you.
Is there an exclamation point above his head?
No,
I'm
he can.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He continues walking, and then
Okay.
a question mark appears over his. No, it's just
There it is.
No, it catches you off guard a little bit because he said please. This wasn't a command. This was a
Request.
when you have a moment, stop
Yeah.
by.
Okay.
It's at this point where you all are being approached by Auroran guards. They walk towards you, but something is a little weird about it.
Hail, guardsmen.
We're just gonna throw Eric over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeet. I'm just gonna yeet your father over there.
Like the guards look different, or the way they're walking and just carrying themselves is different?
You guys look, and it's the weird thing is it's a formation of 4, 2 by 2. And
What do we normally do?
normally your guards are just kind of like, hey, whatever, and they're just kind of like not even in formation. They walk in lines, and they're guards, but they're still kind of like, whatever. I'm a guard,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so they're more actually on guard.
These guys are 2 by 2, and their armor does look different than what you're used to. The 2 in front, they still wear traditional Auroran armor, but they not only carry swords on their belts now, but a huge kite shield on their back. There's 2 in the back behind them that wear lighter looking armor that you can see as under long robes, and the robes the robes are like tied at the neck, so the rest of it just kind of opens and flutters with the wind.
Yeah.
But you don't see any weapons on the 2 with the robes. The 2 in the front, as you approach, the 2 in the front. Okay, they as they see and notice who you are, all 4 stand at attention. And researchers, welcome back from your travels. Keeper Shazara and Captain O'Shea await you in the House of Blessing. And they full on salute all of you.
Very well.
Okay.
I suppose take us to them.
Okay. Oh, you asked them to...
Yes. Accompany us.
Cool. Okay.
Lead the way.
At that, they actually, they seem, really hyped and honored to kind of do that, actually.
They're excited.
And this is kind of new for you. You're, the 2 in the robes actually get behind you guys, so you are flanked by guards.
Oh, escort.
Yep.
Nice.
And we make our way.
Let's see if I can actually do this. There we go. And all of this is a huge procession. Oh my god, can I actually
almost as if
this?
that was almost as if that was a subtle use of my noble background feature.
As you guys progress through towards the central market, we're gonna stop here. As you guys make your way towards the House of Blessing, you all notice Aurora feels less populated than it used to. It's too quiet, especially for this time of day. There should be the normal sounds of the odd crowds here and there, people running to get things, or like researchers or workers. You know, there's always something to do. There's always someone doing something.
You
Mhm.
It's oddly empty.
question.
Perry, you actually notice, you look up at the observatory of Picker, and you actually notice that there are 2 telescopes. Like, the observatory used to have like a series of 3 telescopes. You would be able to see like one horizon with one, the other, so forth and so on. The 3 are gone. And what's in there now, what you can see is a much larger telescope, and it's just like a big, massive thing.
Ooh, that looks interesting. Yeah, they did that in 3 days.
You
Tell
guard
me-
in front of us.
You'd be amazed
Tell
what
me,
Picker can do
guards.
with cocaine.
Yes,
right.
tell me,
Where is
tell me,
everyone?
guards. What has changed since we've been gone? What news?
One of them, one of them behind you with the wearing the robes says, "We feel that you should ask that question to Captain O'Shea and Keeper Shazara."
Well, can you at least tell us where everyone is?
No response.
Of course.
You guys, you do also notice that many of the homes that you pass, they're not shuttered or boarded, but they do look dark and empty.
Okay.
The central market, as you enter,
It's good to know.
is very drastically changed. Because this is the central market. This is where the majority of Aurora would be, getting food, the knickknacks, just this is the crossroads from, one side to the other. The stalls are empty. There's nobody here. It's odd because a steady wind blows through, and you can actually hear the canopies of these empty stalls. They actually like make sound. They flap in the wind. Something that you've never actually heard because it's always just been so loud here.
How could so much have changed in 3 days?
Oh, COVID made it to Aurora.
Gosh.
They're under
But
lockdown.
I can't say I'm
The
terribly
cheese took
surprised, to
all
be
the
honest.
business.
The cheese.
I mean, before we left, there was quite a bit of death going on here. And if I were a normal person, I wouldn't want to stay around.
Yeah, but is
Are
it
we-
like a
are we in-
citywide evacuation, or
or is it martial law?
or is it curfew, or is everyone,
You reach the doors of the House of Blessing. The doors sit closed. The Auroran guards turn, look at you, salute, and go back to where they came, back on patrol.
Yep.
I will also say that as you guys move through, you did pass more patrols, and each patrol was a 2x2 4-man formation, and each was, if they weren't heavy shield, they were spear users with roped figures.
And were these like all the ordinary guards that were here beforehand? They've just clearly somehow been restructured and received better training, or are these new guards?
None of you really paid attention to anybody who was a guard ever. I mean, you guys have run into a multitude of guards, but you've never been friends with guards, aside from Theodric, who
well,
was
who
killed.
used to
I
spend,
impersonated a guard and
You
talked to a few
impersonated
of
a
them.
guard, yes, but
but didn't he used to spend a lot of time in whatever that place was where all the guards hung out? With
no,
his
that was
friend?
just a bard's hall.
It's Bard's Hall.
There would be guards
Okay.
that would be there, but it wasn't like the bard hall. It was just a bard's hall.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
I was just curious.
You get the feeling that these are Auroran guards. They've just been they've had like the boot of no more fuck ups placed up their ass. Kind of.
Okay.
Um,
Noted.
but yes, you guys arrive at the House of Blessing. The door is closed. I'm assuming you knock. Yes.
Yes, Nari will knock.
Okay. You
Hiccup.
knock on the
Okay.
door. Yay! I get to use that. Fine. Yes. Okay. Look, there are little
Nerd.
things. There are little things that I set up for this. All right. It's immersive. You love it. You love the fact that I
God,
spent this much time for you. You all knock on the door. The door opens, and Captain O'Shea. Yeah, the door doesn't open immediately. You have to knock again. There we go. Okay.
I had it muted, so perfect.
I haven't
big
found a
building
door
looks
open.
like
I haven't found a
that.
door opening yet. Anyway,
I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything.
the door, because you probably have the soundboard
Soundboard turned
muted.
off.
Loser.
Oh, the soundboard? Oh,
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I mute that on Discord 100%. People abuse the shit out of that.
I think after Perry did, I
Um,
shut it off.
Oh my
Oh, I did it way
God.
before that.
The door opens, and Captain O'Shea greets you with a smile that shows both worry and relief. And you guys get to see the new mini for Captain O'Shea now. Yay!
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah, Captain O'Shea's a boss.
Man, boy, got a glow up.
No, this is how I've always imagined his armor to look. I just never had the correct mini for it. Captain O'Shea. Ah, good. You've returned. He looks, and you see the realization show on his face the moment he just sees four of you and Anaria carrying the wrapped figure of Stabbins. And he goes, "Oh no." And he looks down and then just kind of sadly like moves aside and gestures, "Please, please."
She'll come in.
All
Where
of
where
you-
can I set him down?
On the table, or maybe. You see his hesitation when you enter. As you all enter, he closes the door, and all of you prepare yourselves for that familiar sensation of that room expansion. And an odd sensation does occur, but it's a sensation of that expansion never happening. Instead, the room remains unchanged. It doesn't expand. The table doesn't elongate. Those chairs don't get added. You just entered a House of Blessing as is.
Okay.
Shazara
Is there a
sits-
problem?
Shazara sits at a table. Another wrapped body lays on the table. She looks to all of you, and you see, without having to really investigate, her eyes are heavy, puffy, her face exhausted. Shazara is haggard. But when she sees Selfina, she actually launches herself faster than you would expect from the chair, causing it to clatter
Whoa.
backwards. And she screams, "You! How are you still alive?" And Callan steps between you and her, and she runs into him. And you were stabbed with the dagger. You were stabbed with the dagger. I felt the magic consume the gems. I felt the gems go. I felt the magic. They never took hold. But you opened your eyes. How did you do it?
Would you care to step back?
How?
I'm gonna attempt to intimidate her.
Roll an intimidation check.
I'm just like in shock. Like,
How does an 18 look?
She doesn't cower from you, but she breaks down. tears well up in her eyes, and she holds on to Callan, but not as a hold me back, more of a if she didn't hold
Hold
on
me
to him,
up.
she would fall off her feet.
Yeah.
And it wasn't me.
What?
It wasn't me. I thought it was. I thought I could, but it wasn't me, was it? And she falls unconscious.
What?
From just. You can give me an insight if you like. No, actually, I won't make you roll for it because Callan holds her and looks back. I'll explain in a few. She needs rest. She's been awake for 5 days now.
5 days. Put her to bed.
I will take her upstairs. In return, forgive me. And he actually and lifts her and takes her upstairs, up one of the stairs. Yeah, you guys are.
Nari's gonna
alone.
find a table or a room to put Stabbins down.
So the table is large enough with that other wrapped figure that you could set Stabbins alongside of him.
Okay.
But giving the room a once over. I mean, it looks kind of clean. If anybody wishes, they can give me investigation. If
Sure, why
you're
not?
if you have proficiency in investigation, go ahead and give it to me.
Okay.
Let's see. I do. 17 plus 2.
19. Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay.
I'm not proficient, so yeah.
You, Sophina, you look around and you see the cabinet that had all that decanter of that, the spring liquid. It was spring
The
something.
rest potion thing.
Yeah. That
Essentially.
is empty. The decanters are absolutely empty. Some of them are fallen over as if whoever it was just poured it, set the empty decanter, just let it fall, whatever. There are empty
She's been using
glasses
that.
all over the place. It
Not
looks
even like a tiny little vial with a couple drops.
nothing. Like even the blue liquid, like it's all been used. And you look around and just from looking at the empty glasses, the table, the chair, the fire, while the fire is still going, it just looks like it hasn't been cleaned out. It's just been keep adding logs, just keep it going, keep adding logs. So
what could they be doing?
the place is cleaned, it's straightened, but you can definitely tell someone has been just at it continuously, never stopping whatever they're doing.
What could they be doing in here? There's a body on the table. All the potions are gone. This is not looking that great.
This is a big knock.
Does anyone want to look at the body?
Yeah, I'm looking at the body.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can
Well,
look
it
at
is wrapped, but you can lift the wrap if you'd like to see who it is.
Of course.
As you do, you lift, and the cloth kind of sticks a little bit, and you move it enough so that it's not like unraveling or anything. And you look at the eyes and a little bit, and you see enough. This body has already started decomposing, and then you kind of look at the figure, and this is Theodric Rotem.
Oh.
It's at that moment you guys hear a door close softly upstairs, and then the sounds of Callan's armored footsteps on the stone descend the stairs. He enters the room to rejoin you, and a look on his face that all of you are far too familiar with. It's the look of too many things have happened in such a short time, and I have no idea what the fuck is happening.
That's not a good sign.
He comes in, he finds a chair and sits, and then looks over, grabs a glass and jiggles it and sets it down. It's completely empty. She thought that she could bring him back to life because she thought she brought you back to life.
I see. If she didn't bring me back to life, how am I alive?
It's a very good question, and one that she would like to answer. She's been trying to do this ever since she brought you back, or thought she brought you back. I am glad in a sense, because this means that I can now release the body for burial, and Theo could have closure. But it's far too much. I have too many questions and not enough answers.
Yeah, you and us both.
From what I know, all of you, and he kind of like makes this "I don't understand magic" gesture to remorse.
Yeah, you could say that.
Right. And you've been in remorse, and now you've returned. It's okay. I'll tell you what. I'll start. All of you are researchers now. Congratulations. If I had anything to offer as a congratulatory beverage, I would. Unfortunately, this place is dry.
It's fine. It's not really a time for.
Is the symbol we were given of the keepers, is that like a pin, or is it just like something
It's a
we hold?
pin.
Like, what is it?
It's a pin that
Okay.
goes. It's a pin like almost a lapel.
Okay.
It's a very small pin. You can easily hide it or show it.
Inari would be wearing and would be shown.
At that, he looks at you. I seen that. Just the researchers, keepers.
It seems so.
We
Don't
really
know.
excel at our jobs. We needed the promotions really
Don't
fast.
Don't know whether to congratulate you or prepare your funerals. Keepers seem to be a rarity nowadays.
Well, we're not sure which one to be prepared for either.
Well,
We didn't exactly all come back.
right. Well, given your status, I guess I shall salute you. And he does
No.
it's a half-hearted salute, but he does in a respectful manner. I will tell you what I know.
Please.
And he goes on. Her and Mandrell 4 nights ago now, approached him about a house that apparently contained a portal to remorse.
Mm-hmm. We know this house.
And they needed help to keep eyes on the house. It was short notice, but Captain O'Shea had managed to get 6 guards stationed at the house. Reports say that 4 of the guards died instantly from an unknown explosion. The house was torn apart, and the remaining 2 guards were injured from shrapnel.
So
By the
that's where
time-
the explosion went.
By the time Callan, Shazara, and Mandrel had arrived, it was too late to do anything. He says that we were still figuring out what had happened when we heard Mirdan's voice from everywhere. He said that Cedric von Bon had been slain. His power is now ours. Deidre Calmmind will be next. It's here that Callan pauses. Like he's trying to find the right words, and especially given your station now. He as he's been telling you this, he's been giving it as a very professional debrief kind of thing to a higher up. And it's at this moment where he stops because he's not sure how to. You can give me an insight check.
Who? Which one of us?
Someone, anyone, whoever's paying attention. Which would be all of you, I guess, but anybody who wishes to can give
14?
me an insight check.
14.
14?
11.
11?
10.
10? Warren?
Let me see. Is it insight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. It's gonna be 8.
8.
Not very insightful people, are
Good
we?
rolls, anyone? Everyone.
What you
I have a -1. What do you want from me?
what you can
Yeah.
gather
You still did better.
what you can gather is he's trying to find the right words because the words that he wants to say will make him sound crazy.
I want to
We see him kind of
put a
stuttering
hand.
over
I
it.
want to put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Please, we're all going through stuff I don't think any of us were prepared for. Just say what you need to say."
He nods. Oh. I can't believe I'm about to say this.
I have a sinking feeling I know what he's about to say.
I still don't know if I believe what I saw. But after we heard Mirdan's voice, Keeper Mandrel suddenly had wings.
I knew it.
They were black wings.
Black.
He flew away. And he like just kind of like slumps a bit, and he just flew. A man flew away.
Well, I will put your mind a bit at ease. You're not crazy. We witnessed much a similar thing
Yes.
when Keeper Bicknock was slain and sprouted wings himself.
The bishop himself
Yes.
slain.
This might be a jump, but it would seem, based on events that happened, that he is likely to have been Cedric von Bon.
Now, I know these names, and I know you all know these names as well.
Yes.
But how is this possible? That's 500 years ago. And they were grown adventurers.
I'm beginning to think that these brave adventurers that have formed essentially the foundation stones of our city here never died as we perhaps may have thought they would with age, and I suspect they have been here the whole time, hiding among us.
Not among us, among the stars. It's the
No,
comment
I
saw.
mean quite literally among us here with us mortals.
I'm curious about why do you say amongst the stars?
It was a few days before Big Knock arrived. We were tracking a comet. Shooting star, falling star, whatever you want to call it.
I seem to remember Mr. Bones saying something about a falling star. This was weeks ago, though. Months.
I've had
And
those
then-
dreams before since before 3 days ago, right? It's been more than 3 days.
Yes.
Yeah, so
That's
okay.
that falling star fell. And now we have beings with wings. In that
I've-
falling star, we saw wings.
It might have triggered something, but I've something tells me that they've been here longer than the 3 days that the comet's been here.
This is crazy.
Maybe they don't need to be here physically for them to be here. For them to have an effect.
This is all I know. Keeper Mandrel sprouted wings. He actually does that too. He goes, sprouted wings,
Mm-hmm.
and flew away.
And he hasn't been seen since.
I have reports that Lox is in league with Mirdan and this Grendel character.
Lox is
We
dead.
can confirm this.
Lox
Lox-
is dead.
Lox is dead.
She's been taken
Yes.
care of.
Terrific. So the master of scouts. So the scouts have no master now. That
Correct.
means there are scouts that are out in Florin with no leadership. The bishop himself has been killed, so the keepers have no leadership. I have one keeper who's completely insane, exhausted, and passed out above stairs. There's another keeper who flew away.
And then apparently now there's us.
Too many questions and not enough answers.
We unfortunately can't help answer many of them. We have questions ourselves.
Right.
Lots of questions.
Right.
Like, where is everyone in Aurora?
Evacuated.
Exactly.
To where?
Where?
Okay, that's what I
Remorse.
figured.
Ah.
Or any other city that, if they came from other outside Florence cities, they went back home.
Was this done for their safety?
This was on my command.
Okay.
I have my hands full, just keeping Aurora as safe as I can with the guards, and I don't know if you've noticed, but I've had to whip some people in shape, and I think that Tormir was here to provide better armor and weapons.
Of course, and it's probably a good thing that the god be whipped into action as they have been. Honestly, it's probably been long overdue.
Well, I've got researchers in the guards now.
Good. Unfortunately for us all, I think this is a problem a lot bigger than Aurora.
We have men flying around and 500 plus year old. I don't know if I should call them men. Beings. Then there's only so much that we can do. All that I can do is safeguard Aurora. That's what I know. That's what I will do. I have my 2 injured guards are at the MRI now. They've been made. I believe they're restocking, making sure that healing salves and potions are available for us. All of you would know that yes, this is the new building, but as characters, all of your characters would know the MRI is short for the Medicinal Research Institute.
Okay.
Okay.
It's essentially, if you become a cleric, you're there, but it's mainly filled with like acolyte
Mm-hmm.
people,
Mhm.
people with that apothecaries, healers, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
essentially, it's the hospital.
Well, I suppose we might as well catch you up on everything that happened while we were away. As much as it wasn't here, I think it's relevant. Yeah, and she's just kind of gonna outline to him everything that occurred while they were in Remorse.
Okay, cantrip expo
Um,
dope.
Yeah, basically, let him know that the castle's empty, essentially now, all the stuff that went down with that.
Okay.
Basically a debriefing.
And then after all that, do you tell him about what you're trying to do for Stabbins?
Yes.
Okay. He absorbs all of that information. Okay. Well, as I said, I've got one job to do, and that's to safeguard Aurora.
I understand.
I wish I could help you, all of you. You're far too young for this, but you've been dealing with everything better than I could have. I can suggest taking Stabbins to the MRI. They may be able to help you.
Okay.
Very well.
I will remain here until the one keeper who hasn't flown away from me awakes. And I will inform her of what has happened.
Okay.
Please try to urge her to stop trying to bring people back to life.
And yet, you're doing the same.
You know what? Not like that.
At the very least,
We're not killing ourselves in the process. We're not killing
At-
ourselves
at-
in the process.
at the very least, make sure she rests before she attempts it. At this, she's invaluable.
I am not her keeper. There's only so much that I could do, but I will try.
And
Okay.
for what it's worth, when she wakes up, tell her I apologize. We've all had a long day. It's far too easy to get snappy at people.
He nods, and that's all he has to offer.
Okay.
You guys, who takes Stabbins this time?
Inari is going to collect him again
Okay.
and begin making her way to the MRI.
All right. Does anybody have anything that they want to ask Callan or do in the House of Blessing or anything before you guys move? Or
No, I don't think so.
No.
okay, Perry.
No, I'm good.
Okay. You all leave the House of Blessing and make your way to the MRI. Yeah, I'll move you guys. I was trying to debate on whether or not I should move you and just do theater to mine, but I built it, so we're gonna use it.
Theater of Zimai. With minis.
Okay. As you enter, you know what? You guys haven't actually entered. Let's actually get you guys entered, shall we? Okay. There we go.
Thank you.
All right. I'm not gonna move you guys a lot in here because there's a lot of shit. As you enter the MRI, you're greeted by the smell of dried medicinal herbs. It's almost sickeningly pungent. You
Leave
see
your
raised
nostrils right up.
Yep, you see raised platforms. It's like that sterile hospital smell almost.
Mm-hmm.
You see raised platforms with some sort of crafting stations. There are people at each one. Many books that sit open on their stations while unknown concoctions are bubbling in flasks and beakers. An individual hurriedly approaches. Yes, hello. What can I... And they trail off as they see the wrapped body of Stabbins. I'm sorry for your loss. I can send word to researcher Clara if you'd like.
Please do.
Researcher Clara would be Riva.
Okay.
Who specializes in the dead.
Yep.
She's not going to know what... She's just going into Barry Stabbins and study him. You've met Riva Clara.
Yeah.
It's been a while, I understand. But yeah, no, Riva Clara is the Dragonborn
We're-
who is really
Is there
creepy with
We're
perhaps
not.
anyone?
We're not looking to bury him.
Yes.
They-
Is there perhaps anyone that could help us with a little more delicate situation?
I don't understand. You don't want to bury him?
No.
And you have a delicate situation. I'm here to help you. What... Are any of you injured, or what's going on?
I will be blunt. He is very important to us, and we would like to try and find a way to bring him back.
Okay.
Yes.
That's beyond me. Right. Yeah, follow me. And they take you to a room with high ceilings. A man stands at a desk. Need that room right there. They take you to a high ceiling room where a man stands at a desk. You see that there are roughly 7 books that are opened on the desk and one that is in his hand. Each book on the desk has a quill that is hovering over them, writing things down while the man manually writes in his own book. The young woman clears her throat, and the scratching of every quill stops. Yes, I'm sorry. I apologize for disturbing you, Amethyst, but this group has a request that is beyond my experience. Amethyst, the man, Amethyst, turns, and you see a man who is kind but irritated that his work was interrupted. He wears a pair of spectacles that hang low on a almost too long nose. After looking at the lot of you, he snaps his book shut and waves a hand. The floating quills that were writing in the books bottled themselves, and he places his own quill in a bottle. Thank you, apprentice. So, what is it that you are requesting?
Sorry to interrupt your research.
Mm-hmm.
Our friend here has passed on, and we were actually wondering if it was possible to bring them back. Put it mildly.
It is illegal in Florin to reanimate the dead, and you hear he goes through this automatic response like this is something he's heard a lot of.
Even a keeper?
It is illegal in Florin
All right,
to
all right.
reanimate the dead, to use and control undead character or undead creatures, beasts, plants. Like he's talking about you bringing like necromantic
Our
magic.
friend is
We
not a
are not
creature.
looking to reanimate him as an undead servant.
Okay. Oh.
We want him back.
Oh. Great, another one of these. Okay.
You want to say that again?
There have been studies into reanimation and revival. Yes. He stares at the books on his desk, and he snaps a finger, and one of them leaps up into his hand as he sets the other one that he had down, and it opens, and he's got a finger pointing, and the pages flip, and then he stops and points. Yes. Many studies, but all have either led to necromantic magics, which, again, necromantic. I'm not going to repeat that. Or the experiments have deemed failed. He flips a few more pages.
Deemed failed. How so?
This is curious. Failed as in it just didn't work. And he says this as he kind of moves past you guys, and he opens the door and he looks out and he goes. He turns back. Pardon me for a second. And he sticks his head out and he goes, "I need the recent studies of Nerveni!" And his voice carries and echoes off the walls in the central room. And you hear a response, "Yes, Amethyst!" And before he closes the door, you hear another response, "Healer Nerveni is here, Amethyst!" And he stops. "Here in the MRI?" "Yes, Amethyst." "Where?" "Healing quarters with the guards." Amethyst turns back to you. "Well, this is fortuitous. Okay, please follow me." And he opens the door and leads you out into the central chamber and begins walking through the central chamber, but he does stop briefly at the first raised platform, and he waves, and the gentleman who's working there kind of leans down and he says, "As I have secured 1 pound of diamond dust from Parka Ensign. Make sure to collect it before nightfall." And the individual, "Yes, Amethyst, yes." And he continues around. This man is leading. You get the feeling, with all the books and everything, you get the feeling this man makes the MRI work.
Yep.
He's in charge.
He continues around and he leads you into and through another room where more people are studying and working on certain things that are unknown to any of you, just beyond your experience. Certain individuals are at desks reading books or stoppering concoctions or crushing herbs and mortar and pestle. And he brings you into a room with curtain sectioned off areas, and in here that medicinal smell is much stronger, and you hear a pain groan emit occasionally from behind a curtain. It's here that Amethyst doesn't yell as he did in the central chamber, but he is loud enough in this smaller room. "Nerveni." And a center curtain moves, and a halfling woman emerges and gives a quizzical look. "Keep your voice down, Amethyst." "Yes, it's good to see you too, Nerveni. How are the patients?" And she walks towards, this is Nerveni here. Actually, you know what? Let me show you. That's Nerveni. Blue hair, halfling, gold eyes. She's a little cutie patootie.
Yeah.
She walks towards a large cabinet. Well, they'll all live. It's a good thing I was here. Bed 1 needed his arm reattached, and bed 3, I've seen impalements, but she was as prickly as a porcupine. And as Nerveni nears the cabinet, the doors automatically open, and you see it's full of linens, cloths, vials, stopper jaws, salves. It's just full of a whole bunch of things, and a bowl and a bin. And she deposits a towel that she was holding into the bin and dips her hand in the bowl. And those of you who paying attention enough would notice that when she dipped her hands in the bowl, her hands were covered in blood. And a few seconds after she removes her hands, they are spotless. And Nerveni turns, she grabs a clean white cloth linen and dries her hand and deposits that into a bin, and then turns away from the cabinet, and as she does, the cabinet doors slowly close, and she goes, "So why were you calling me?" And Amethyst goes, "Oh yes, my records show that you delved into research on resurrection, and this group is another group seeking to raise someone again." And she lifts her brows, kind of showing confusion on her face. Well, look, there's death all around Amethyst. Just because another group comes doesn't.
This is keeper business.
And she looks past Amethyst. She looks at you and she goes, "Oh, keeper business, is it? Okay, well, keeper or not, this is the MRI. If you're injured, we'll help you. If you have questions, we'll help you. But keepers have nothing here. We are healers. But you have a dead body. I see. I am so sorry, but there's no way to resurrect. There's no way to bring anyone back from the dead." And she looks back at Amethyst and she goes, "What research?" And Amethyst opens his book and points again and turns the page and says, "My records show how salves tonics affect deceased tissue when applied by certain gemstones. A research paper by practitioner Godshield." And he snaps the book back closed. And Nirvani's face kind of twists into a combination of understanding and anger. "I see. Okay, I know the confusion. That Godshield would be my son Gregory." And as she says Gregory, her eyes narrow. Anybody who's proficient in Arcana? Anyone?
Nope.
No?
I don't think so.
No? Warren?
Nope.
Even if you're not, you're a caster. Perry, you're a caster. You guys can give me Arcana checks if you like.
I got a dirty 20.
Cool. Perry?
Oh, I didn't even want to come here, so I'm not there.
Oh, okay. So Warren, you her eyes narrow, and you don't know what spell she cast, but you know she just casted a spell, and it found its target. Like you felt that static.
Okay.
There was like a small charge in the air when she said the name Gregory. And after a few seconds, all of you hear a faint explosion from outside the walls of the MRI. And we'll cut from there. Perry, where did you want to go?
Perry?
Perry?
Oh.
All right.
Step away for a second.
He may have stepped away for a second. Wherever he decided to go, that is fine. We can pick it up because that will be the end of the session then.
Okay.
All right. Shit.
All right. Everybody, thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate it. How are we looking for next Sunday, everybody?
Good at the
so
moment.
Far, so good.
Should be fine, yeah.
Okay. Keep an eye on the Twitch schedule. I do have it on repeat for Sundays, but if we're not going to play, then I will try to remember to remove that. But anyways, for the moment, everybody, we will see you next Sunday. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. We do greatly appreciate all of your support. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.
See ya.